What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. And today I'm going to be reviewing all the SR and UR cards for the upcoming main box, Cybernetic Rebellion. But before I get into the review of this video, I have to explain a lot of things, and this is probably going to take a good amount of time. So if you don't care on how I'm recording this video and you don't care about a few other things I'm going to talk about, go to the description or go into the comment section down below. There'll be a timestamp and you guys can skip to the actual review. I just got to spend a couple minutes talking about my recording situation and my voice for recording this video. First things first, this is definitely a lot different than how I normally record my videos, and that is because currently I am away from my setup and I don't have access to a computer, so the only way I can record and get a video out on time when it comes related to this new main box is I got to record it through my phone. So that's why the audio is going to be a little bit bad. The video should look fine, but of course it's on a mobile viewing instead of a actual computer like I normally do things. And I'm not going to be doing face cam because I could with the app that I'm using to record my stuff, but I just don't want to bother with it because currently I'm recording this video outside and it's going to be dark anyways. You wouldn't be able to see my face. So there's that right there. Recording this at a completely different location and stuff like that because I don't have access to my computer. Another thing which sucks is that I had a hunch that this box was going to be coming out, or at least news on a new main box coming out to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And what sucked is that these past couple hours, my throat started to just feel super weird, and I've noticed that I've been developing some sort of sickness, which just sucks. So sorry for the scuffed audio as it is, and then on top of that, I have a sick, raspy voice too, which is just I have no luck. I have no luck, but I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna just get through this video. Sorry that this video isn't going to be as good as how I could make this, but by the time I get back home, this talking about this box would just be irrelevant. So that's why I want to make a video on it now and all that stuff right there. So we're going to get into this review of the Duel Links Cybernetic Rebellion box. If you guys respect the grind and all that good stuff, be sure to go smash the like button on the video down below, subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff right there. But we're going to get into this main box, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and I'm probably going to be just talking about so much stuff because this box is super cool. So we're finally getting Cyber Dragon into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and alongside of that, we're actually getting a ton of new Synchro support cards, which is just so freaking cool. So let's just get into it. I'm going to go take a drink of water real quick to just prepare my voice, because like I said, I'm not feeling the best. So there's that right there. Anyways, though, so the first card we're going to be talking about is that we're going to be talking about Cyber Twin Dragon, which is going to be a UR card in this box. So as we already know, Cyber and Dragon is already in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and all that stuff, and I wish, come on, Konami, give the mobile person, your game's a mobile game, please make your website work properly. Why is this not working? There we go. This is going to be a pain to do, that's for sure. But anyways, though, so the first card I'm going to talk about is Cyber Twin Dragon. We already have Cyber and Dragon in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, so it's going to make a lot of sense that with the box releasing, officially releasing Cyber Dragon after not having Cyber Dragon for almost a year. Think about this. Zane came out in 2018, August 2018. It's almost a year later, we're finally going to be getting Cyber Dragon in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Whatever the case may be, but we already have Cyber and Dragon to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, so it makes sense we're going to get Cyber Twin Dragon. This card is literally just two Cyber Dragons combined. Fusion summon with this card can only be done with the above fusion material monsters. This card can make it a second attack during each battle phase, which is actually not that bad at all. Not that bad at all. It's going to work well with Cyber Style, so Cyber Style might actually make a comeback with all this new Cyber Dragon support too. And the fact that this card can attack twice, you can use Beat Down to boost this boy up. There's going to be, you can, easily fusion summon to this card. A lot of cool combos right there. And Cyber Twin Dragon is going to probably be pretty decent. I feel like it is a worthy enough card for being a UR, but honestly, I could see this as a really good SR card, but they're just making it UR because it's Cyber Twin Dragon and stuff like that. Same thing with your boy Cyber Dragon, which we all know what Cyber Dragon does. So even though this website, or the Konami website, is going to be nice to me, we already know what Cyber Dragon does. This is a 5-star light monster. When your opponent controls no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand onto the field. 2100 attacking monster. Very spicy right there. Finally, we're getting Cyber Dragon to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I can't believe it's been this long, literally almost a year until we can officially get Cyber Dragon. And the biggest meme, too, is, of course, the fact that Konami released Toon Cyber Dragon officially and gave it to the players before Cyber Dragon. That's, the hugest meme in the world right there. But we're getting Cyber Dragon finally. Very cool right there. Now let's go talk about some new stuff. And this is an archetype that I have heard of, but I have never, played them before, and I am very excited to try out a new Synchro archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and I really hope that this archetype is good. Anyways, though, I really wish that, on top of, how my recording situation isn't going to be that good, I wish that, the Konami website would also be a little bit nice to me, too, but it is not, so there's that right there. But looks like when it comes to the Crystron archetype, which, like I said, I've never played Crystrons before, or however you pronounce this archetype, but this is clearly going to be the boss monster from this archetype, considering it has 3,000 attack and defense. Anyways, though, this is a water machine synchro effect. It takes 2 or more tuners plus 1 or more non-tuner monster. That is something I've never heard of before. So you can do double tuner plus a non-tuner monster to go into this card. That is crazy. And also, from what it sounds like, you can probably do like 3-4 tuners if you really wanted to. Well, technically, that wouldn't be able to be you wouldn't be able to do that in Duel Links, but in like the TCG and stuff like that, from what that requirement sounds like to me, you could use multiple tuners, and then like you can use like 4 tuners and one non-tuner monster to synchro summon this card. Still, Duel Links only has 3 monster zones, so it does matter. Anyways, though, if this card is Synchro Summon, you can target monsters your opponent controls and are in their graveyard up to the number of Synchro materials used for the Synchro Summon of this card and banish them. If this Synchro monster or Synchro Summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target a banished monster except this card and special summon it onto your field. Wow. So you can literally, once you Synchro Summon this card by using 3 monsters, you get to basically target monsters opponent controls that are or that are in their graveyard and just straight up banish them, which is good for multiple reasons. One, the fact that it can get rid of monsters as it is great. And on top of that, if you know that your opponent's doing some spicy combos, like for example, you going against a Neos, Brave Neos deck, you get to banish the Brave Neos and the Bacon Saber through this card's effect. That's pretty good. That is actually pretty good right there. So Crystron, I could see why this card has a lot of potential. And on top of that, if this card ever gets killed, you can special summon the banished monster that you just banished. So you can take their Brave Neos you just banished and summon it onto your field. That's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm not going to do a full box review, but if Crystrons are going to be able to easily synchro summon into this 9-star monster, there's a lot of potential right there. That card seems super cool. Next up, we have another Crystron card, which is really nice back-to-back. Come on, Konami website. Please be nice. Please be nice. There we go. Crystron Sulfurner. I don't really know how to pronounce this. I cannot pronounce words for the life of me, especially with words that just seem made up to me as it is. Anyways, though, this is a water 5-star machine effect monster. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can discard 1 Crystron card, except this card, to special summon this card in defense position. Then destroy 1 card you control. Okay, so this is a special summonable monster, but you do have to sacrifice a card. Like, there's a lot of sacrifices you have to make with this card, so straight off the bat, it is good that you can also summon this card from the graveyard, but if you summon this card from your hand or graveyard, you can discard a Crystron card, except, Sulfurner. Special summon this card in defense position, but then you get to destroy a card you control. Like I said, I never played Crystrons before in the TCG. I've heard of them, but I never played them. I'm good to guess combos are going to be going in if you do destroy your Crystron cards to keep going into like other combos and stuff like that. So there it is. And like I said, sorry for mispronouncing the archetype if I did. Anyways, though, if this card on the field is destroyed by battle card effect, you can special summon a Crystron monster from your deck in defense position. Okay, so you can actually pop this card specifically. So yeah, if this is like your only monster, you can actually special summon this guy, pop it with its own effect to then special summon a Crystron monster from your deck in defense position. That's pretty cool. That's actually a combo right there. And this isn't a once per turn effect, so you can literally special summon this guy again if you really wanted to. After, special summon it from your hand, do its whole effect, special summon a Crystron monster from your deck in defense position, and then special summon this card from your graveyard, so you can summon the same single card twice if you really wanted to. So that's pretty cool. I can see why this is a UR worthy card. So there you go. That's a pretty cool card, and it is a 5-star monster, which is nice. So probably combo it with like 2 different like Crystron tuners, like two level 2 Crystron tuners to plus this card to go into the boss monster. That could be a possible combo. We'll have to see. Cool card though. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at Alien Support. I forgot about that too. I know it's Brad HD was talking about a lot of his predict videos way back in the day. I guess not way back in the day, but months ago, about adding alien cards and the alien synchro stuff into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So the fact that this happens is probably going to make him pretty happy. So that's pretty cool right here. So this is a... there we go. Like, first of all, I just need this card to load. Come on, Konami website. Please be nice. Please be nice. There we go. Anyways, though, so first of all, we have a decent amount of alien cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links as it is. I'm guessing this box is just basically adding all the alien cards that were we have all the non-synchro alien cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Now they're adding all the alien cards that do have synchro summoning potential, which is pretty cool. Alien Omnite is a 1-star light reptile tuner with the effect. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon a level 4 or lower alien monster from graveyard, destroy it during the end phase. So There you go right there. This is actually just instantly right here. I forgot what the alien monster is called, but I believe I think it's like Alien Warrior or something. It's been a long time since I played against aliens, but there's a 4-star alien monster has like 1800 attack. Just play Alien Ammonite, summon it, special summon your Alien Warrior, whatever 4-star alien monster you want. Go for Synchro Summon immediately, because the only alien Synchro Summon monster that I do know is 5-star. As it is, which we're going to be talking about soon, as it is, because I know it's in this box. So that's pretty cool. And also, you can go into other 5-star synchro monsters like Armades if you really wanted to. So that's a pretty good card. Really good way to get into some synchro summoning combos. I like it. I like it a lot. So there we go right there. And we got some new Mecha Phantom Beast support. Okay. I got to go get another drink of water, but come on, card load. Okay, cool. So we have Mecha Phantom Beast O-Line. This is a 2-star win machine tuner effect. You can banish this card from your graveyard immediately after this effect resolves. Normal summon a Mecha Phantom Beast monster from your hand. Pretty cool. While I control a token, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. If this card is sent to the graveyard, special summon a Mecha Phantom Beast token. And you only can use this card's effect once per turn. So basically, this is all I can really tell, is that this is just a tuner monster for Mecha Phantom Beast to open up synchro summoning possibilities. And also, if you do go for a synchro summon or something like that, you can banish this card from the graveyard to then normal summon another Mecha Phantom Beast token. So after you synchro summon, you can go into some more combos with your Mecha Phantom Beast, which is pretty cool. Only issue is, though, we only have 3 zones in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So I'm not too sure how well this is going to go, because your field's going to get clogged up pretty easily. But then again, I don't play Mecha Phantom Beast that much at all. So for any Mecha Phantom Beast players out there, just tell me if this card's good or not. But for what it's worth, it seems pretty cool. So there we go. I'm not going to talk about it too much, because I really don't know much about it. Next up, we got some more Mermail support. Man, honestly, this is like the first time in a long time that a main box in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links adds a lot of support. And that is definitely happening right here, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm not familiar with Mermails either. I know that for Mermails were kind of a flop in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. People were super hyped for the deck, but it just didn't come into fruition. So hopefully this Mermail card could definitely help out. So Mermail Abyss is a 7-star water aqua effect. You can discard one other water monster to the graveyard, especially this card from your hand. When you do add a level 4 or lower Mermail monster from your deck to your hand, you'll use this card's effect once per turn. So yeah, this is definitely just a card that's going to open up combos. It's super easy to summon into. You can probably discard like a fish cyborg or something like that, or just like any card you really want to discard. That's a water card. I don't know, fish cyborg, or what was that? Was it like fishborg or something? I don't know. It's like a card that can, extend into combos. You can like special summon it from the graveyard, if I remember correctly. Wish I could like open up Duel Links right now and like show you guys what I mean, but I don't want to mess up the video, so we're gonna keep it as this. But yeah, open up combos right here. Get to add a level 4 lower Mermail from your deck to your hand. Pretty spicy right there. I like it. This is a pretty decent card. I don't know if it's going to save Mermails, but it is something. And also, this card right here could probably be a discard target, if I remember correctly. Deep Sea Diva, or Diva? I think it's Diva. Anyways, this is the 2-star Water Sea Serpent Tuner effect. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon a level 3 or lower Sea Serpent monster from your deck. Wow. Okay, so yeah, comboed right away. You can go into Armades super easily with this card, because there is a ton of 3-star water monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. The fact that you can summon this card, special summon a level 3 or lower Sea Serpent monster from your deck, that's pretty good. That is like really good right there. 5-star synchro summoning immediately out of the gate. Who needs what grows in the graveyard junk synchron when you got stuff like this, where you can use a different skill altogether alongside of thinning out your deck? So Deep Sea Diva, definitely a super good tuner monster, and I feel like that long term getting this card is going to be very nice. Deep Sea Diva, that is very cool. Also, this is a 2-star tuner, so possibly can combo well with Crystron's also, which I didn't even think about until now, so that's pretty cool. Right there. So probably doesn't combo well at all with the previous Mermail card, but I feel like this can combo with Crystron's and just good decks and water decks in general. Super cool card right there. And then I think this is the last UR card we're going to be talking about. This is Night Beam. This card is actually already in Duel Links, so in case if you guys didn't know, basically you can target a set spell and check where your opponent controls, destroy the target, and then your opponent cannot react to it. So you can snipe one of your opponent's cards without them activating or countering with any effects. So that's pretty cool. And Night Beam is officially, it's a Duel Links, and it's not locked behind a selection box. So that's pretty cool. Now we're going to be getting onto the SR card, and first things first, we already know this guy has Scrap Archfiend. Also another card that's that's already in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, but was locked behind a selection box. I'm not going to take the time to make sure to like load up the image, but basically Scrap Archfiend is just a 7-star generic Fiend Synchro monster, and it has 2700 attack. So Pretty cool right there. Now let's go talk about some spicy stuff. And this was the alien reptile synchro monster that I was talking about. Kind of funny how the tuner monster, the reptile tuner monster, is a higher rarity than the synchro monster itself. But it makes a lot of sense because the alien tuner monster was just really good. Now, hopefully this thing can just load for me. There we go. We have the Cosmic Fortress Gol'Gar, however you pronounce this card, 5-star light reptile synchro effect. It takes alien Omnite plus one or more non-tuner alien monsters. Once per turn, you select any number of face-up spell trap cards, return those cards to their owner's hand, and then distribute new A counters among monsters on the field equal to the number of cards returned. Once per turn, you can remove 2 A counters from anyone on the field, destroy a card your opponent controls. Wow! This card is actually crazy good. So this is a 2600 attack, 1800 defense monster, so decent attack as it is. 5-star monster, so you can combo beat down if you need to get that boost. And its effect is like crazy good, because once per turn, you can just send any face-up spell trap cards, return those cards to the owner's hand, and then distribute new 8 counters among monsters of the field equal to the number of cards returned. Sadly, this is only restricted to face-up spell and trap cards, though. If it was face-down spell and trap cards, this effect would literally be broken, but it only works with face-up cards. But luckily, there's a couple of cards that you can combo with your alien deck, and there's a few amount of decks in Duel Links that do use face-up spell and trap cards also, so this card's effect will still pop off more than it won't, so that's pretty good. But if you do pop off this effect, crazy good. Super cool card in my opinion. Now let's go back up here and try to find some of that. Try to find the next card right here. We have a new synchro card. We have some ice barrier support, and this is the first ice barrier synchro monster that we're getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, which is really cool. Konami's definitely just dipping their toes in the water when it comes to adding ice barrier synchro monsters and stuff like that, but that's all good. It's really cool that we finally have one new ice barrier support after how long now, and we're getting something like this, which is pretty cool. So I wish this thing would load. I wish this website would stop being so freaking annoying on mobile. Like, Konami, your game is a mobile game, and yet your like mobile website is not that good for it, like, at all. Anyways, though, this Dragon of the Ice Barrier is a 7-star water dragon synchro effect. 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner water monsters. Once per turn, you can discard up to 2 cards to the graveyard, target the same amount of cards in your opponent controls and destroy them. 2500 attack and 1700 defense. So, a very generic effect. I feel like it's going to be somewhat difficult, though, to pop off with this effect because of the fact that ice barriers, like, to summon this card in the first place, your hand is going to be pretty much empty to try to summon into this ice barrier card in the first place. So I don't know if you're going to be able to discard that many cards to pop up this effect, but at least it says up to 2 cards. So if you only have 1 card in your hand, you can discard 1 card and then pop one of your opponent's cards. And at least it says that you can pop any cards, and that it's not restricted to spell and trap cards, or that it's restricted to monster cards, which is pretty cool. So this card's decent. I don't know how well it'll pop off with what we currently have in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links with ice barriers. And like I said, I haven't looked at every card in this box, so I don't know what new ice barrier cards that we got besides this Dragon of the Ice Barrier, but still pretty cool that we got this card nonetheless. So there you go. It's a pretty decent effect. I just don't know how easy it is to summon into this card. So there's that right there. Next up, we have this Dolphin card, which I think is a newer synchro card. I definitely know that it was released after the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds era, so there's that, but hold up. Oh man, like I said, I'm not feeling too well. So for this video, but nonetheless, though, White Aura Dolphin is a 6-star fish synchro effect. It takes 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls or 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. And its attack becomes half its original attack till the end of the turn. If this card you control is destroyed by opponent's card, either by battle or card effect, and sent to the graveyard, you can banish one other water monster from your graveyard, and then special summon this card. And if you do, it's treated as a tuner. Now remembering this, never mind, this was from the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds era, but technically it wasn't in the anime. I completely forgot that White Aura Dolphin was actually in the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds manga, and that's why I remember this card. That's actually really cool, and I kind of want to get this card now because I remember reading the 5Ds manga a long time ago. But still, this effect is really good. You get to, once you summon this card, which is a 6-star monster, I kind of wish it was a 5-star synchro monster, considering that there's a lot of other cards in this box that you can easily go into some 5-star synchro summoning, but nonetheless, we still have a lot of like cards in the game that easily synchro summon into 6-star monsters as it is. And if you do get this card out, it's gonna, stop the attack of your opponent's monsters. It's gonna make them weak. And if this card gets destroyed, you can banish a water monster, especially this card back into the field. So this card's super decent, super cool that we're getting an anime card or a manga card from the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds manga into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I'm pretty hyped for that card. That's actually pretty cool. Next up, we have this card, which is already in Duel Links. This was one of the other cards that got locked into the selection box, but now we're finally getting it. It is Samara, Dragon of Rebirth, 5-star Dark Monster. Dragon Synchro with the effect takes 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. It is a 5-star Synchro monster, so you got to keep in mind of some of the other 5-star Synchro summoning support that we got in this box. So this card's going to be easy to summon into. Once card destroy with balance in the graveyard, you get, or if this card you control is sent to the graveyard by opponent's card effect, you can target one monster in either player's graveyard except this card. Special summon it, you only can use the effect of this card once per turn. Honestly, from playtesting this card in the past, this card isn't really that good in my opinion. Maybe with the new support, it'll make this card a little bit more worthwhile, but it only has 100 attack, 2600 defense. In most cases, you're not going to really pop off with this card, so it is what it is, but it's so cool that it is not locked behind the selection box anymore. So if you guys wanted this card, now you can get it. Next up, we have some Crystron cards, and we have a 2-star Crystron tuner, which is pretty cool. So this could be another option to summon, or to use with to summon into the boss monster, which is pretty cool. And let's see what this card's effect, because like I said, I am very curious on Crystrons and how well they're going to be in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Crystron SR is a 2-star water machine tuner effect. During your opponent's main phase or battle phase, you can target a non-tuner monster in your graveyard. Special summon it, but its effects are negated if any. And if you do, immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon one machine type synchro monster using that monster and this card. This is a quick effect. These synchro materials are banished instead of being sent to the graveyard. You only can use this effect once per turn. So this card is actually really cool, and sorry for the pause, I was drinking some water real quick, but this card actually sounds super cool. I don't know if you're going to be able to summon into the Crystron boss monster with this card specifically, because one, I forgot what typing the card was. I don't remember if the boss monster was a machine monster at all, but and also the fact that it does sound like that you only can use this Crystron monster alongside of the Nether monster to synchro summon it into one of your monsters during the battle phase. But still, the fact that you can do this during your opponent's main phase or battle phase is really cool. You can just synchro summon it on the spot right there, which is really nice. Kind of dodge Treacherous Trapple a little bit if you want to, even though this would only be able to activate during your opponent's battle phase, but still could happen. And all that stuff right there. But yeah, this card seems pretty neat. Synchro summon during your opponent's turn, which is really cool. And I think all the other Crystron monsters kind of do something like that as it is. So that's really cool right there, and I'm also curious on what are the other Crystron Synchro monsters in this box. I feel like there's not going to be one Crystron Synchro monster or Crystallon Synchro monster in this box. There's going to be more. But yeah, this card seems really cool. Super cool SR card. Definitely looking forward to trying out these this archetype. And now we have another Crystron card. Right here, it's a 3-star water machine effect monster. You can target a face-up card you control. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except machine-type synchro monsters, and also destroy the card. And if you do special summon a Crystron tuner from your deck, you can manage this card from your graveyard to add a Crystron spell trap card from your deck to your hand. You only can use this card's effect once. Effect per turn, only once that turn. So this is a hard once per turn effect. You can't recycle this combo repeatedly, which is probably a good thing, because this card is already pretty good as it is. But yeah, this is just a very searchy type of card. You get to target a face-up card you control. Can't special summon a monster from the extra deck for this turn except machine monsters, and then destroy a card. And if you do special summon a Crystron tuner from your deck, you can pop this card specifically if you want to. You can sacrifice this card, I believe, to pop up the effect. So that's pretty good. And yeah, you can ban, and then also you can banish this card's effect. And then also during the duel, you can banish this card from your deck or from your graveyard to the banish zone and then search for a card. So that's pretty good right there. Sadly, though, due to it being a hard once per turn, and it's like you only can use one of its effects once per turn, sadly, you cannot like use both of these effects at the same turn, which does suck. But honestly, this card is still crazy good. It's going to definitely get the deck going, right? That is for sure. Because you can special summon a tuner monster. You get to search for a spell trap card if you want to that turn. A lot of options for the cards. So that's really cool. Really cool card. Next up, we got some more Mermail support. I'm not gonna lie, that artwork looking pretty nice. Looking pretty nice right there. It's the 3-star Aqua. It's a water 3-star Aqua effect monster. If this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Mermail monster from your deck, except this card. You only can use this card's effect once per turn. So this can combo with Crystrons immediately. It can combo with other Mermail cards immediately. It's just a searcher deck. It's just, or it's not a searcher deck. It's a searcher card. It's going to thin out your deck. It's going to open up the combos. Pretty cool right there. And like the artwork's pretty nice. That's a cool card. Next up, we have Nightmare Penguin, my boy. I actually remember this card in some of the Yu-Gi-Oh games. Nightmare Penguin's a 4-star water aqua effect monster. All face-up water monsters you control gain 200 attack. Once card's flipped, face-up target a card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. So yeah, I remember this card. This card's like in all of the like starter decks and stuff like that, and some of the previous like Yu-Gi-Oh games for like the DS, PSP, and stuff like that. So nice to see a little bit of an iconic card, in my opinion, and if you played those games in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, that's pretty cool right there. Next up, we have Abyss Spear, and this is a trap card for Mermail, so that's pretty cool. You get special summon a Mermail monster from your deck. Its effects are negated. You cannot activate any spell cards when this card leaves the field. Destroy the monster. Destroy this card during your opponent's next end phase after activation. So basically, this is a monster reborn, but it's a trap card, and it also is very restrictive because eventually your card's going to die, or your Mermail monster is going to die, and you cannot activate any spell cards when this card's on the field. So there's that right there. And also, I just realized that Mermail card that we were just talking about a little bit earlier, it's in that artwork of the card. Oof. Big oof right there. But still, it's a neat card, I guess, if you want to get your big boss Mermail monster and go for an extra attack or just defend yourself for a little bit. That card is going to be pretty useful right there. But other than that, I don't know how useful this card's going to be, but it could be pretty good, and I just wouldn't know. There you go right there. Next up, we have another SR card, and this card is called Reject Reborn. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, end the battle phase, then you can special summon one tuner, one synchro monster from your graveyard, but their effects are negated. Bro, that's actually crazy. Now, I don't know what the specific rulings of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or I'm curious if you can only activate this card if you have a tuner or synchro monster in your graveyard, because since it says when an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, end the battle phase, then you can't. Oh yes, no, it says then you can. So yeah, it doesn't matter. So first of all, you can use this card just to stop battle phases from happening. So instead, it's you can use 3 copies of Drowning Mirror Force, 3 copies of Reject Reborn to just stop your opponent from just OTKing you with direct attacks. There you go, direct attack and battle phase. If you're also playing a synchro summon deck like Crystron's, for example, Aliens, for example, or just any other synchro deck, this card combos so well with it. That is crazy. I am surprised that they add this good of a card, and I could easily see this card being one of the next overpowered SR trap cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So that's crazy. Reject Reborn's pretty freaking good. And looks like that is it, like I said in this video.